David R. here. Today I'm going to discuss this book, Fat Chance, The Hidden Truth About Sugar, Obesity, and Disease. This book was written by Robert Lustig. He is a pediatric endocrinologist who treats childhood obesity. He is on the front lines. He sees what obesity does to children, to families, to family members. In his dedication, he states that this book is dedicated to all the obese patients worldwide who suffer daily and the family members who suffer with them. The children who will not know a normal childhood, who will endure an inhuman existence and will die a slow and early death. Pretty bleak, right? Well, I would have to say that more than half of this book is bleak. It's just blunt truth. What is happening right now? This is it. This is just telling it as it is. He also states that obesity is a pandemic, not an epidemic. You know, I've seen the news and other outlets refer to obesity as a epidemic, the obesity epidemic. But that's not the case. An epidemic is confined to a certain region, perhaps a country like the USA or a state. But a pandemic is spread throughout the world. And that's what obesity is. Obesity has reached China, Japan, India. But he says that obesity is not a choice. In his chapter on personal responsibility versus the obese 6-month-old, he states that Sienna is a 1-year-old girl who weighs 44 pounds. She was 10 pounds at birth and was delivered by cesarean section due to her size. Her mother is not obese, but her father is overweight. Her mother tested negative for diabetes during pregnancy. Since birth, Sienna has had an incredible appetite. Her mother could not breastfeed her because she could not keep up with the baby's demand for food. An average infant of Sienna's age will eat 1 quart of formula per day. Sienna consumed 2 quarts per day. When Sienna was 6 months old, we told her mother to start feeding her solid foods. Sienna eats constantly and will scream if her mother does not feed her. She already has high cholesterol and high blood pressure. Is Sienna obese because of her behavior? Was this behavior learned? When would she have learned this behavior? And from whom? Has she, at age 1, learned to control her mother to get what she wants? Should she accept personal responsibility for her actions? Think about that. At that age, should she be personally responsible for her actions? I say not. So Lustig states that diets work, okay? But there's 2 reasons why they work. Restriction of sugar and high fiber. There it is. You restrict sugar and you increase your fiber, you'll keep your weight down. Unless you have a hormone imbalance or something that is affecting you genetically, then you have to get that problem fixed first. So he says that sugar is basically the root of all evil. And I would have to agree. Even though I love sugar, everybody loves sugar. But it's not just table sugar that you have to look out for. You have to look out for potato chips because the starch will convert to glucose, which is a form of sugar. So you have to look out for that. And you have to look out for diet sodas because diet sodas have a weird way of metabolizing. And for me personally, they make me hungry. But they make other people gain weight. So the author suggests when you go to the supermarket, start in the fruit and vegetable section, let's say. go round, because in the inside of that periphery is the bad stuff. He says also, don't go to the store hungry. You might just buy all kinds of things that, out of impulse that you don't need. He says that the best way to curb sugar consumption is to eliminate all sugared beverages. Get rid of them. And to eat your fruit. Don't drink your fruit, because orange juice has a lot of sugar in it and a lot of carbs, but no fiber. So you see, fiber is very important. He says that to alter your hormones, he says that you need to get your insulin down. And you can do this by eating less carbs, by exercising. And also you can get your cortisol down that way too, by exercising. He says that you are to eat breakfast. Because people who don't eat breakfast, they tend to eat more throughout the day. He says eat appropriate portions and wait 20 minutes before you have seconds. So one message that was loud and clear in this book, to me personally, was that you control the environment by reducing availability. Understand? Control the environment by reducing availability. Here's an example. I decided to quit drinking soda recently. So what did I do? I gave away what I could and I dumped out the rest. Because if it's not there, I'm not going to drink it. I'll drink water. So this book also goes on to tell people to get together. And you have to have large numbers of people to make change. Think about the secondhand smoking laws, or seatbelt law, or Mothers Against Drunk Driving. It took groups of people to get together to make change. And he suggests that people do that with the obesity pandemic as well. He says that you have to coerce the government into doing the right thing, because the government is paid by food lobbyists. And they'll do what the food lobbyists want them to do for money, for votes. You see how it goes? But I think this book is like the red pill of nutrition books, of books that just open your eyes to a whole new world that was hidden or even in plain sight. This book offers that. And I highly recommend. I highly recommend his video as well. The video is called Sugar, The Bitter Truth. And it's got like 8.1 million views on YouTube. And he posted it 9 years ago. But I think that video and this book will be a great accompaniment. So that's all I got. And talk to you later. Bye.